Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you to Kwalee for the game key. We're going to be playing Town to City. There's a Steam demo available. The game was released into Steam Early Access on September 16. For more info, the link is in the description. And we'll move the camera around. So we're just going to kind of do the rudimentary beginning tutorial kind of stuff here. And then I'll show you what I've been working on in my personal time. I think I'm like 7 hours into the game, kind of just showing you what the world is look like when it's filled. Let's build 3 houses. It's not going to be anything amazing here. The cool thing about this is that there's no penalties for moving things, which is fantastic. So like you can start with some sort of like ugly setup here in the beginning just to kind of get the idea. We have randomized mode, so it's just going to put different colors. And we have 3, but you know, we'll do 4. We're overachievers. And then 3 houses, so these 2 houses are built. There's that one. And connect the houses, station, and road. Now we're going to do roads here. Alright, here you can choose road type, brush size, and whether to use freeform drawing or the line tool. Connect buildings by drawing roads in between them. Okay, so I like the square one. And 7 is fun. 7 is kind of like your default. 7 is a pretty good chunk here. So we'll do brick road. And I personally like the line tool because you could click and you could move around. So I like that aspect. So if you want to, it would be nice if you could hold shift and it maintains it, but shift unfortunately does the erase. So we'll do something like this. And then again, we're not going to get super particular with things here, because we're just demoing it right now. Oh, yeah. I see I wanted to do it. I hit shift. So we'll do something like that. So now we have roads. Technically, they're not connected. It just wanted us to place roads. But if you look at the green arrows in the front, the front door still needs a road connected. And we'll do like a little stylistic, like dirt path or something. It's what is like dirt or sand. I forget what they call it. But we'll put one of those there just so, like, again, it's more scenic. It doesn't really matter technically. Oh, actually 3 are connected. What are the odds? So we'll still do them, and they're not going to be as profound just because there's like a little bit of a gap here. That one's a little further back. These other ones will do this. And again, I think if we were going to save and like make this like a personal playthrough, like probably what you guys are going to be doing, I would not be overly detailed in the beginning. Oh, assign the right family to a house. Put you there. You just want a comfortable house. There's no specifics yet. That I wouldn't get too detailed into doing all these things, because once you move the house, if you move tool, like we can adjust these if we want. And we have it snapping, so if you hit R, because R is like if you just want to do near the road, easy peasy. If you want everything off the road. But if you want some sort of like driveway, you can readjust things. Then you're gonna have to hit R to remove the snapping, and it tells you like right over here. Like, and this is R is different for when you're actually putting like the road down, because you can draw over other ones. So I mean, if we want to be particular, we can move this back as well. Let's see, if you look over there in the bottom right, R is deselected, meaning we're able to do what we need to do. And we already had brown, so we kind of like went further. So once we move that, see, it's already there. We'll hit escape, put it back in the spot, and click on the house. Let's see what they like. Family has been given a home. Open residence information by clicking on it. A warm, beautiful house is the main way to increase the residents' happiness, but it currently does not provide much. Let's change that by giving residents access to food buildings. Okay, so we're gonna have to go here. Now they want us poultry and cheese. So normally, like mine, I kind of move these houses because first I did pretty much the similar layout. I was thinking more kind of like Disney, how they do like, what do they call it, Main Street or something, where they have everything kind of like tunnel vision left and right. I was trying to create that, but you can only go so far here. because, man, you have the water. So you could go left and right and do that, kind of do this. But again, you're very limited in space. So like maybe one side might be occupied, the other side not as much. So we're going to use Z and X to rotate. And we'll put one there. Put one here. And then we have to assign workers as well. So again, overachievers, we'll already prep that one. I'm sure that's going to let us know. Put that guy there. Click on the market stall. All right, before a shop is operational, it needs to have workers. All adults living in your town can be employed. Let's add a worker. So you can add it here or you can add it down here. Each worker increases the amount of citizens that can be serviced. I'm just going to leave that there. So make sure all shops can meet their demand by having enough workers. The shop can't sell yet because there's no warehouse connection. Let's build a warehouse. Okay, a warehouse receives resources from the station and then transports them to the commerce buildings. An efficient warehouse is nearby commerce buildings and close enough to the station. Okay, we're going to do this. So this kind of works in this sphere here. It's a little clunky. It's mostly me because I can't really see my keyboard right now. Microphone's in the way. Plop that there. Add a little row connection. Again, 7 is your default, so if you're working off your default, that's what 7 is. And it's going to tell us we need a road connection. We'll connect the road. And I think that's close enough. Alright, the further connected, so the more employees you have, essentially. So the farther connected shops, the stations, the more employees you're needed. So once you're going to see this red line change. Boom. Alright, transport cost is now covered. Let's add more of these guys. Add you there. I like that these are very, like, no fluff. Very typical home dwellers right now. Again, they get very involved later on. You have artisan buildings, which are basically just like nicer buildings, but they like the luxury. So it's better to maybe put them near a city where there's a bunch of shops, restaurants, things that they can kind of interact with, because they do like that social aspect. Otherwise, you're going to get a lot of frowny faces if you put people in those houses, and those houses are like in the country. So like the country would probably be like over here if you don't have any sort of amenities nearby. And it has to be pretty close by. So like here would be sufficient for this. Like there's like a radius. I don't know if it shows a cone. I don't think it shows any sort of things, but you do get information here. Like as you get more shops and shop types, this list will get longer. We only have 2 things. We have poultry and cheese, but later on that'll expand. So build a warehouse, add workers, warehouse to cover transport costs. Poultry stall is functional, cheese stall is functional. A house receives both poultry and cheese. All right, so we have to click on the house. Access to multiple different shops to greatly increase the happiness of its residents. We just literally covered that. The house earns you more daily income with each shop connection. Each house, shop, and warehouse has a decoration score. This score makes the people who live or work in this building happier. Okay. So 65%. So population density. So these people like a bigger population, I guess. Let's make a house and a shop or a warehouse. Provide more happiness and decorating around them. Okay. So the first thing I always like to do, and whether I'm playing a game like this or like Roller Coaster Tycoon, I love lights. Especially when you have like nighttime, like this is like the perfect opportunity to place them, because you could just instantly see like the effect that the lights bring. It's really kind of nice. I'll show you later on. Hopefully we'll get like a night cycle or something that we're able to see what this really looks like with the whole town filled. It looks pretty neat. Now this tree's in the way, so what we're going to do is we're going to move the tree. Let's move it there a little bit. Place you again. House there. Another house around here. Using the middle click. Let's change the angle of the dangle. And change this to 1. Again, I played this for a little bit, so it's easy for me to remember. Just eventually it'll be like muscle memory. You'll remember this instantly. What all the buttons are. All right, so we can expand, and it is helpful too, just to kind of pay attention. Like if you just click and drag, it tells you the number, the brush size. So that's always helpful. And again, you don't have to be as fancy as I am like this. Like I'm just kind of doing just for a little an aesthetic pop. But the reality though is you don't have to get that detailed if you don't want to. I like symmetry. So like initially this whole lake thing really does not provide symmetry. It just kind of throws you off a little bit. So I kind of like even things out along the way. So we're gonna need 40 decoration points on a house, 4 different decorations. So right now we only have lights, so we could put benches, trees. And the more houses you put, the more people will start showing up by the train. It should literally probably be called train to city or train to town because that's how people get here. By the train. You'll see in the background. They're very subtle. Kind of reminds me like this aesthetic with the train aspect and kind of building your own town. While it's a completely different game, it's a town management game. Seeing the train in kind of like a voxel, low poly kind of like world reminds me of Station to Station if you've played that before. It's more like a train game where you're kind of creating connections. Like that's kind of like what it reminds me of in the background. So let's do... We do have a bench. So we'll put a couple benches here. And again, that's a Z and X. A couple here. Maybe something like around here. Maybe more people like sitting down while they're eating their cheese and poultry. You can do playgrounds. I might want like that there, like for something else. Again, I'm not gonna get overly detailed because this is not my personal save. Just kind of showing you how to get things going. We're gonna, was it a medium tree? Yeah, medium tree. Now I load the randomizer. It's very nice where it just randomly places trees down. Like it doesn't randomly place them in spots. What it does is it changes the tree. So we'll just add a bunch here. Trees are very inexpensive, so it's fine. Now it looks like that one we put a little more gap in between. All these other ones are a little more squished, so you can't really fit anything. When it's red and the next, you can't put anything. So we need about 40 decoration points. We could put more in like their backyard. There's another train. It's like station to station. It's kind of cool. I like it. I like the little aesthetic. Put a well. Oh well. Put it there. So that's 37. That almost put us like right on it. We have any vacant houses? So no available houses currently. Oh yeah, we'll just put 2 more lights because we did add houses. We'll put like another light there. Another one there. So once decoration points, put a couple of these guys. Again, randomize is really nice because it randomizes everything. So like you don't have to enable it for each type of thing. No, we're going overkill, but I mean that's only going to be a helpful thing later on. Because people like all these little decorations. They might want like to be solitude when it comes to like living arrangements. Like they might want a house by itself. But when it comes to decorations, trees and whatnot, I mean, the lights, they're not going to say no. People aren't going to want to live in the dark or have dark streets near them. They're not going to want the house in the middle of like nowhere. Okay, so we're done with that. Hover over the happiness percentage to view the happiness breakdown. All right, total population happiness. So we're 77%. People only arrive at the station if the total average happiness is 60 or above. Percentages in yellow and red should be improved to increase the average happiness. You can also click individual residents to dive deeper into their individual happiness. Let's keep the happiness above 60% and grow our town's population. So work decoration, we just have like it's a +1, but we don't have many jobs. We just literally have like 3 jobs. And if you put more, they're sleeping essentially. It's kind of funny. Kind of like your rudimentary start, your tutorial of your campaign. Like you're just kind of building things out slowly. There's a lot of hand holding. They do a great job as to keep the pace of the game going. Later on, you're gonna get a mayor's house. Like I think I have mine around like here, or is it like further down here? Town requests essentially. I think at one point they had me make a maze for them, so then like I unlocked the hedges to make the maze that you're making it manually, which is kind of cool. Like a little overwhelming in the beginning because you don't really know what the hell you're doing. But they placed like a fence, so you see like we're put our starter there, and then you connect it here. That's pretty much what we were doing. Now, if you want to break something apart, you hit the escape and then click it again. It's like if we're doing a hedge here, pretend this is a hedge, not a fence. Do something like that. So now you have like an entrance here. That's how you would layer things. Didn't really know how to do that initially, just kind of winged it along the way. But yeah, you have those. Then you have we don't have it unlocked here. I'll show you on the other side. But there's a thing called research points, and basically it unlocks things. So based off of like your town's happiness and how many people are populated in your town, you then can expand things by using your research points, because you get like a research building, which I think mine is around over here in my other playthrough. And you can apply those research points to add shops, restaurants. We have artisan residences, which again, like I already said earlier, those people like to be more city oriented, to like the social aspects of stuff. So it's a different type of house. You can also expand to second floors. You can expand to third floors. There's a lot of things that you can put research in. You can also get a lot of decorations, upgrade your roads. There's so many things. Those are like late game kind of things that as your town expands to literally a city, you can start adapting things, add libraries, schools, post offices, carousels, Ferris wheels. You can have like a little park if you want to. You can make a fair, a carnival. You can do like a school district if you want to. Like there's a lot that you can do. And I mean, I wish the game kind of showed you these things, but unfortunately they're kind of like this. They're kind of grayed out. You don't really know. But these are all the different spots where things will eventually become populated as you progress in the game. And again, the mayor things are a little different on the request. A lot of times you get objects to place. Other times you'll get money, and they're not going to be always as complex as like a maze. Sometimes someone will want flowers. They'll give you kind of like a little blurb, a little family thing of like, oh hey, we just had a marriage, or we just had a kid or something, and I'm gonna do something for my wife, so can we place flowers nearby? Like that's kind of the cute little things that you're doing. Somebody might want to request more trees around their house, or potted plants, or something specific. Like there's a lot that this game is kind of throwing, different levels and layers and whatnot, but there's no rush to do anything. You can unlock those things, you can accept them per se, but there's no timer to do them. You can do it as your whim. You can also have multiple selected. But yeah, let's switch over to the other one, and we'll show you what basically 5 to 7 hours looks like in this game. All right, now we've loaded in my actual save, so you can kind of see what you can do with the world here. Unfortunately, a lot of frowny face people because they're very particular with what they want. But yeah, this is like just pretty much my personal build here. To record this would have been like several hours, so just kind of showing what you can do, maybe 5-6 hours of the game if you play the campaign mode. Just a lot of things happen here. And the request is implying your mayor's place, where you go here and you can actually get something here. Later on, actually had us make a maze from scratch, which was pretty neat. So I mean, while this is my design, your design can vary 100% from it. It just depends on your creativity, which I do not have creativity. But I mean, as you start kind of like putting things down, kind of get an idea of what you want to do. Like the spacing is probably really forgiving, I should say, because people are very tiny. But they wanted 2 benches in here, so figure, well, I can make a bench and people go walk around the bench as opposed to getting squished here and being blocked by something. And there is someone in here. I don't know if they've just cheated from this side or if they walked around the whole thing, but it is pretty cool. And a pro tip, at least for me, to distinguish where the maze was, is I put like sand as the flooring here, just kind of like a color contrast, because otherwise you're putting it on grass. And you could probably do equally with like concrete or something. What do they call it? A plaza, I think. Yeah, could put plaza or brick, but I chose sand or dirt, and it was just a good little color pop there where you can actually see what the heck I was doing. And then we also have artisan houses, which artisan houses are people who like luxury, so they're going to benefit from being near shops, town areas and stuff where there's like a bunch of interaction things, whether it's a restaurant, a store kind of deal. They like the social aspects of things. So that's what a lot of these are. Like they're artisan residents. And we also have unlocked the ability to do 3 floors. So this is your research menu, and this is just a lot of stuff that we've been able to unlock along the way. Green ones are things that we've already unlocked. And then there's also ones here that kind of tell you the currency, your research, which we have a 950. Technically, we can do a lot of these things. Like I kind of wish I had more space because of how I just kind of built everything up as I got it, as opposed to leaving a lot of gaps. I don't think I would want the city hall over here. Like I'm already kind of annoyed the fact that I have library and a school and a post office. I think that's post office. Yeah, there's a school here. There's also a library, and I would have much rather have it like centralized over here, but I mean, it is what it is. You already kind of built around it, built a lot of houses. Like the businesses are kind of scattered everywhere for the most part. So yeah, I mean, just building things out. Here's a Ferris wheel, here's a carousel. It's very neat. I don't think we make money off of them. We do have a bunch of employees, so we're probably losing money. This is your carpenter. This is your smithy. This is your bistro. This is your warehouse. Kind of extends everything in the beginning because this other one here wasn't very lucrative in the beginning. But then eventually, when you get this, it kind of helps span everything out. Plus you get more employees. That always helps as well. This is your barber. We got 2 rows here. This is like nothing. This is decoration, I think. It's like a train thing. I thought it was actually something. I spent a lot on it, and then I'm like, oh, can't put employees in there because there's not a business. But here's your ball throw, which hindsight, I think I would probably have your puppet theater and your maybe like a festival, carnival type area where you could probably have done the maze as well. But yeah, I didn't know these things were happening. Like, because all this stuff here in the research thing is hidden. Basically all looks like this. So you're not really fully sure as to what the heck these are. These all look like Disney castles to me. So like you don't really know what they were until you start unlocking them. And again, one quick way to get like your population happiness up is just paying attention to what their needs are. Like they'll have specific needs. These are all just kind of basic, unfortunately, for at least this show and tell. But they'll maybe request to be in a community area with lots of neighbors nearby, or they'll want single houses. Like over here, these are all like single houses. These people like their solitude, so like that's why some of these houses are kind of split, so they have a little spaced out. And here's a 3-story house, 3 different families. And I'm surprised they're actually all happy, because that's a rare thing to have in this game, because someone's always moody. So it's a lot harder to get. But then there's other ones too that like flowers, they like plants, they like a lot of foliage around there. Other ones like a lot of light. Sometimes they'll be particular and want to be around certain types of shops or eateries and stuff. So I mean, there's a lot going on here that this game is thrown at, and it's only early access. So there's a lot of room for improvement and just expanding on things as the game progresses into 1.0. But yeah, thank you to Kwalee for the game key. And this was Town to City. There's a demo available, and it was released into Steam Early Access on September 16th. For more info, the link is in the description. And as always, guys, we'll catch you in the next one.